Hi all, my name is Ray, just another crypto newbie who is ready to make a fortune and preferably retire before the age of 35. I did a lot of research and invested in different types of tokens. Thanks to the uprising market, I made some money at first, but just a couple of months later, the market crashed and I went back to that poor guy who I used to be. Just when I thought I had all the chains, tokens and coins figured out, then I ran into this concept called NFT. What is that? Not for trade? Nice fun trips? Naked FaceTime? Why has it become such a hot topic? I mean, most of the NFTs are just basic digital graphics to me. Isn't everyone able to do that? But non-fungible token NFTs are way beyond just a digital picture. NFTs are distinct, easily verifiable digital assets that can represent items such as digital artworks, music, or even memes, stickers, and meaningless graphics. Some say, to own an NFT is to own a piece of the internet. Out of curiosity, I went to search on how much the most famous NFTs were sold for, just to grab an idea. That's when I decided I had to invest my money in NFTs. Man, just look at how ridiculous it can be. Every days. The first 5,000 days, $69.3 million. CryptoPunk number 3,107.58 million. CryptoPunk number 7,804 $7.57 million. Crossroads $6.6 million. The first tweet $2.9 million. CryptoPunk number 6,965 $1.54 million. Axie Infinity Genesis Land $1.5 million. CryptoPunk number 4,156 $1.25 million. NFT is a unit of data stored on a digital ledger, aka the blockchain, that certifies a digital asset to be unique and therefore not interchangeable. And we don't even need to worry about copies of these digital items, although they are indeed available for anyone else to obtain. NFTs are tracked on blockchains to provide the owner with proof of ownership that is separate from copyright. It then got me thinking, since NFT is a simple and easy concept, why can't I just create some NFTs of my own? So I actually did create my own NFT artwork, which was a picture I took of a bowl of cooked sea urchins. I know, but you just have to try, right? Creating an NFT is such an easy thing to do. You just have to go to this website and apply to list your NFT on it. After some process, you're all set. Your NFT is open for sale. But it never was sold. I have to say, it got me frustrated. Maybe the reason why my NFT couldn't be sold is that I didn't really have a legit project that is connected to it? Or is it merely an artwork without being linked to the DeFi world so that it didn't become a fun concept? With this failure, I went to search for all the usage scenarios about what I can do with my NFTs and where to sell them. And boy, was I amazed. Apart from digital artworks, NFTs can be the proof of ownership for almost anything, from games items, fashion-related items, collectibles, to name service and domains, licenses and certifications, or even virtual worlds. All because on the blockchain, everything is traceable. NFTs can serve as revolutionizing entities. I think I get it, guys. We can say that the consensus is madness. Okay, so what about just buying one and sitting on its price raise? In theory, anybody can tokenize their work. If I happen to buy some of them which suddenly become mad famous later, wouldn't that be absolutely nice? As far as I know, if you participate in a project during its early stage, there is a high chance that you earn more, so I went out for another round of research. Take a look at this NFT that I randomly ran into when I was doing my research on NFT projects. It's called Iron Mars Doge from the Stickers platform. I'm not going to say it's ugly, in fact, it's cute. But guess how much it was sold for. Before that, I was aware of the price. We'd safely assume it was sold for a solid $500, right? Okay, $1,000 tops. Guess what, guys? It was sold at a price of 258,000 USDT at the Crypto Art Week Gala night. 258 freaking $1,000. Wow, it almost felt like it was lying now, but I guess it is true. Then I dug deeper into it. Iron Mars Doge came from a platform called Stickers. Okay, what is this Stickers exactly now? Stickers is an NFT artwork distribution platform with a built-in DeFi incentive mechanism. Well, I can't say it sounds fun already, but it surely is something. It aims to use new technologies to develop an artwork ecology so that users and artists can better connect and interact through NFT technology. It is currently built on the Metaverse ETP public chain. BSC will be supported soon, and now it sounds fancy. Okay guys, I did all the reading for you, so you don't have to bother to search it yourself. We can say one of the unique features of Stickers is that it distributes NFT artworks through staking, in order to increase the long-term stability of the project and to focus more on the core value of the community, which sounds totally cool. Stickers adds a concept of coinage. The only way to obtain NFT cards is through spending Tinders, and it is definitely not the Tinder you would immediately think of. To earn Tinders, participants need to stake SKS tokens and SKS ETP in a designated liquidity pool. The number of tokens staked in the pool and the staking time correspond to a certain proportion of Tinder outputs. The more staked, the more output. The longer the staking, the more output. In addition to the traditional market of artists and art collectors, in the newly constructed art space of stickers, users can enjoy the unique DeFi rewards, accelerator cards, and advanced tokenomic models that rely on the stickers token, SKS, and the multi-directional value flow and so on. And I went to try out those features myself. I'd say it is not that hard to understand at all. Everything is like a game with fun rules. I can go mint and upgrade my cards, so that I could earn my tokens faster and mint more cards that are rarer. And guess what? I don't really have to spend tons of money to actually buy those NFTs, but I can forge them myself through fun game playing. If I continue to do this and finally mint a rare high-level card, it will be like owning an expensive collection, and maybe I can finally be rich by trading rare cards. Man, do they all sound fun? I'd say the stickers is creative and dedicated enough to be called a good project, but can they survive the big wave of trend and time? Some of you might already have the question in mind like I did, is the whole NFT thing a bubble? How can those easily replicated JPGs that can be screenshot at a click have a real, long-lasting value? But let's face it, it must feel good to own something again, from the shells you collected from the beach you traveled to the handmade pie that your grandma taught you to make. NFT is bringing back the possibility to own things again, but this time, it goes digital. Take our dear stickers as an example, since it already has fun rules like card fusion and leveling up, and it is convenient for users to trade cards. Can it set its foot in gaming one day? License or patent verification maybe? It is clearly evident that the applications of NFTs are gaining profound significance across various industries. The gaming industry is one of the most active sectors with a maximum number of active NFT use cases. With all the cool artworks, I guess gamers will find them super interesting. The future is digital. NFT is the proof that you own something, a bargaining chip to interact with future network users, and even a new way of entertainment. It is almost certain to say, NFT is not a bubble at all. Compared with Bitcoin, when it first came to our site, most people felt that it was a bubble and would have no real value. But eventually, Bitcoin made many believers rich, so we don't need to discuss whether NFT is a bubble or not. Since it has become a craze and has proven that everyone has a consensus on this new thing, then this new thing has value. People can only make the amount of money that can be earned by using the knowledge they acquire. To make money in NFTs, I think it depends on whether we can truly understand this new consensus. Let's end our video by me reading this to you. We are going from a world, says philosopher Naval Ravikant, where every protocol has a token, to where every decentralized application has a token, to where every valuable digital representation of an object or person has a token. Public blockchains will be the title registries for everything of value. Ultimately, NFTs will authenticate the world. This is Ray. I hope to see you in my next video.